Okay, I just got done watching this movie, Soulmate. I didn't even know this movie was coming out. I seen previews of it earlier. It's kind of like a grown-up version of a Megan. Y'all know how much I like Megan. See, it says creator of Megan. But this one, I didn't. You know how you watch a trailer and you really think that the movie's going to be good? Well, this movie did not disappoint. Now, for a while there, I was starting to wonder, man, are you really liking this movie, Vic? But I stuck with it. I didn't get bored. It kept me engaged. That's what I want to make sure I put in there. It kept me engaged. But it's more of a dealing with people who are lonely, having a companion, and you're, uh, I just feel like it's, when you're in the dating market, and your dating market is like when you get a certain age, your dating market can just go way down. Like, when you're a teenager in your 20s or 30s, you seem like you could, the women are available out there. I don't know, man. Really, I haven't dated in a while, so I don't even know. All I'm saying is this guy lost his wife, and he was very lonely. He worked at this company that got taken over by this other company that was basically working on the same thing, but they were trying to get these AI uh, dolls out here, which is played by Lily Sullivan, that woman right here, and she was in Evil Dead Rise. But anyway, she's a she's a soulmate, and she came in this. She came she came in a box, and you opened it up and you activated her, and I have to admit, man, I was impressed. I really was. I didn't think I. Now I ain't gonna lie, I did think I was gonna like this movie, but I was just skeptic in a way. But what happened was yesterday I was looking on stuff on Prime, and I got up this morning and it said Soulmate available. I said Soulmate. I've been wanting to watch that movie, and then of course he gets her, and at first, man, she is just a regular uh there to help him out, and you know she was like they shipped this model to him because he worked at the company, and he put in to see if he could get one, and they give him the model. And when she comes, at first she was cool. It was him that overrode. He went into her system and started overriding a lot of stuff and putting stuff in there that he thought that should be programmed in her. And then she started watching all these. You guys know how it is. She started watching television shows, and she was sitting there watching movies with him. And then he started kissing on her and stuff. And then they did make love. And I was like, damn, dude, you make love to a robot? But I don't know, because I ain't in that situation. Who knows? But I know that China has got some. China's got some dolls that they got. I heard that's almost like they look like they're real, but I guess they were like, I think there's something like $25,000 to buy one, and I guess China sold out uh, over in China. I did see these dolls that they made. They were full grown woman dolls, and they were $25,000, and they sold out, and that's $25,000. So I'm just wondering how something like that would happen over here, you know. But anyway, after a ruthless tech giant acquires his company, just like I said, a grieving engineer is tasked with testing the new era AI companion. But when he attempts to program her to be truly sentiment soulmate, she develops needs of her own, unleashing a relentless spree of precision engineered mayhem. Science fiction, dark, philologically, philological, but it's a 4.6 out of 5, and it's 100 minutes. It's you guys, it's a great movie. I liked it. Lily Sullivan is the girl that played the AI doll, but it's kind of scary because we are heading towards that, And I, with the, let me just say this: I see this really taking off here in America with the way the dating scene is and uh, the way that you know uh, relationships are with men and women. I've seen guys get their heart broken. I know women get their heart broke as well, but I've seen guys work their butt off, and then the woman wakes up and says she was bored out of the relationship and she wanted something fresh and new, and then he loses everything. But I get it; it works both ways. But I know of on the man's perspective, he comes home, he works his butt off, and then he comes home, and sometimes women seem like they're ungrateful and stuff, and then these guys come home and they want to have sex with their wives. Their wives hold out on sex and they use it as a weapon and all that kind of stuff. So, me personally, I was like, I'm like, what's the purpose of having you lay beside me all this here and I can't do anything with you? It sucks. I got to wait on until you're, who knows, in the mood to have sex and stuff. So, I'd rather be by myself because I just rather would be because I don't have to deal with that stuff. And I ain't gonna lie, I like my house clean. I like my house in order. And it's just that people are in a relationship and somebody's just not happy. And I look at this as they get these dolls here in America. America starts selling these dolls like that. I think you're gonna be in a world of hurt because the way technology, okay, here's the best way I could say it. One day I was on my phone, which I'm on my phone recording this video, and I was thinking about something, and I tapped in something on Google to see what it was. I was trying to find out, was this healthy for you and not healthy for you, and that was all I did. And that was on my phone. I tapped in on Google. But to show you how this phone is, one day I come home and I got on YouTube and that whole subject was on my YouTube page. And I said, now where the hell did that come out of? And then I think these phones listen to you. I think these phones are so connected to you because you download so much information on a phone that it just, like about 4 or 5 years ago, I was born in '59, you guys, so I'm all hurrying up. And I was talking about muscle cars. And I said, man, you remember that 67 Chevy 2 Super Sport? It's a beautiful car. They're hard. They're rare because they're all, those cars don't exist anymore. If you do find one, they're worth hundreds of $1,000s if you get one restored. And next thing I know, man, 3 days later, 67 Chevy 2 Super Sport popped up on my phone because my phone, I think, is just. I really think it hears you. You type so much information, and I think it picks up stuff. So anyway, to make a long story short, sum this up, I didn't want to go past 6 minutes. If you do start investing in these AI dolls and the way that the companies are doing all this AI stuff and getting into it and stuff, you could be, you could end up getting a doll that they make them so well now that it could just be like automatically reading your mind. You can have a full grown doll AI woman living with you, and she knows everything you think. She knows everything you're feeling, and I just think it's scary. Now, you probably say, "Oh, that's why you should be with the real thing." Well, no, not really. That's debatable because a lot of times when you have a girl, she sometimes she's very much a pain in the ass because if you ain't spending a bunch of money on her, she wants to rack up your credit card and get you all in debt, make you buy stuff that you cannot afford, go on vacation that you cannot afford, and you're maxing out credit cards. That's not always true, but I'm just saying when you got something like this, you ain't got to worry about all that stuff. But then again, you got one over the other. Me, I take the third option. I just say live by yourself and try to do the best you can and just say, hey, it is what it is. I just can't, I just think that this can be a little dangerous. That's all I'm saying. But it's coming, you guys. It's coming. And, like I said, if you like Megan, everybody loves the first Megan. A lot of people didn't care for Megan 2.0. I liked it. But this is kind of like a grown-up version of a Megan. And it's basically from the same producers from the Megan thing. So anyway, it's called Soullm8te, and you're just seeing the trailer here now. But this guy, he's a grieving widow, and she came in that box, and meet Sarah, and then See what? Right there is when she was normal, but he started reprogramming her. See right there, he's starting to reprogram her, and that's when things went haywire. So yeah, Soulmate. I enjoyed the movie. This might be one I have to buy on physical because I think I just want to own it on physical. I liked it just that much.